Good evening. I am Dr. T.S. Saran, Associate Professor, SR Institute of Science and Technology, Kattangattur. We are going to see about object-oriented programming fundamentals. We are going to concentrate on inheritance. Inheritance is a process by which object of one class acquire the properties of the object of another class. That is, meaning is you are going to have an class. That class is going to inherit the properties of another. What's the meaning of the term? You are going to retrieve the properties of the base class. That's the meaning. Practical example is father properties will be there in the children. Grandfather properties will be for father. And these are the functionalities of inheritance. So parent has access or inherit the properties to the child. Child will be then extended class of a parent. Why we are going for inheritance? Inheritance mainly uses for code reusability. Code reusability is nothing but the child classes reuse the parent class methods and variables. Next, reduced code duplication. Because in the parent class, what we can have is we can have some common functionalities are written, and that common functionalities written once in the parent class can be inherited to the child classes. Easy maintenance. Changes in the parent class are reflected to the child classes. Now we can say the types of inheritance: single inheritance, multi-level inheritance, and hierarchy inheritance are supported in Java. Multiple inheritance is not supported in Java. So instead of multiple inheritance, we go for a concept of interfaces. Now, we are going to have an important rule such that we are going to have an object to be created. And how the object can be created? Object can be created for the child class, and it can access all the properties of a parent class. Object can be created for the parent class, and it cannot access the functions or methods of the child class. You can see a clear description in the examples. Now, there are many confusions arising that how the inheritance object is created, how it can be processed, what happens when object is not created. So to clarify those things, we are going for these examples. Now, we can see about a single inheritance. Here we have a parent class, we have a child class, we have a main class. The program execution starts from the main class, and here we are going to create an object for dog. Dog is nothing but a derived class. And here, dog is called as a derived class. Object created for the dog, with the help of the object creator, here we can access the bark and we can access the eat. And if object is created for animal, then it can access only eat alone, bark cannot be accessed. This is the major confusion everyone is facing when they are writing a program. Then what happens if a object is created for animal and bark function is called. At that time, it gives a compile time error. And another question, important question, entry point of view, you can say that, can we call it without creating an object? No, because even though that is a parent class, object needs to be created. Another question arises as an entry point of view. There are many things called static members or static functions you may have studied. So here, what happens when this each function is declared as static? Because we have created an object for the derived class and you have access to both. What happens if the it is declared as static? When it is declared as static, there is no need of objects. We can access only based upon class name animal dot eat. Object is not needed. Class name dot function can be provided. These are the various entry point of questions can be asked from this program. Public static void element here, dog D is going to be created. The memory is going to be allocated. Now, D dot eat, which means that it comes here, 6 eat function is available. No, then goes to the parent class and checks eat function is available. Then automatically it executes the eat function. And animal is eating will be printed here. Returns back to the main function, checks d dot bark. D is the object created for dog. Bark is the function available in the dog child class. So this will be executed and dog is marking will be executed. Now, this is a simple inheritance, only a single class and derived class. Parent properties are there in the children. This is the same example. Next, multi-level inheritance. Here, multi-level inheritance is a mechanism in which we are going to have an level by level. Here, animal, grandfather, father, and children. The properties are inherited. So it can also be given as syntax class A, class B extends class A, class C extends B. Now, it is a chain of inheritance. A, B, C. It forms a chain of inheritance. As grandfather, father, and child. Multiple inheritance is the output. Class animal a class, and this animal class is extended to dog, and the dog class is extended to puppy. Now, what we have here is main thing, we using a multi-level inheritance. Usually the multi-level inheritance is usually used for providing a hierarchical relationships. What can be example for that? Account, savings account, a salary account. That is the previous thing. This account, this animal can be, this can be account. Then this can be a savings account and it can be a salary account. Or it can be given in multiple ways. The person may be a doctor and doctor may be a surgeon. Or it can be defined as different mechanisms. A vehicle and car is there, and type of the car will be an electric car categorization, that is superset, subset, and another subset. This is the way in which the categorization is going to be done. These are the various examples what we have given. Next. Now, here what we are going to do is, here the execution starts from main function, comes here, puppy P, object is created for and memory is allocated. P dot eat. What happens here? P dot eat is nothing but it is the comes here, object is created here, no eat function is available, goes to the base class. Here also no eat functions, okay, goes to the base class, eat function is available, it will be executed, animal is eating is executed, and P dot bark here comes here, no bark function is available, go to the base class, finds bark and dog is barking is executed. P dot weep, here weep is available, puppy is weeping is executed. This is a normal execution flow. Now what can be the question asked? Now here also puppy is the derived class, lowermost derived class. Here derived classes are two things. One is dog is also a derived class of animal and puppy is the derived class of dog. So here the concept is object should be created for the lowermost derived class. And it can access all. If animal object is created, it has access only within animal. Only we can access it alone. But puppy is the lowest derived class. When object is created here, it can access dog, animal can be accessed. Another question is, can object created for a dog? If object is created only for the dog, if object is created for the dog, can that access weep? It is 100% impossible because what? Because for this puppy, dog is a base class. So properties of the base class is nothing but object created for the base class can be used for access only the content inside the class, not for the derived classes. Even though the dog accesses an derived class, object created to the dog cannot be used for accessing weep because weep belongs only to puppy. Next, we are going to see that here also the animal can object created for the animal can call bark? No, because object created for animal, the object is accessed only within the class animal. This is the derived class. The object created from the base class cannot access the functionalities available inside the derived class. What may be the examples? Examples of many things what we have seen. Grandfather, father and child. Accounts we have seen, account, saving account and salary account. There are many examples available. Now we can go for the next level inheritance, hierarchical inheritance. Hierarchical inheritance is nothing but here multiple child classes are there. When you're going to say multiple child classes, each level, for example, a class is available here. This is the base class. Another child class is available here. Another child class is available here. Multiple child classes are available. Now, here, the object created for the child class can be used for accessing the parent class. Object created for the child class can be used for accessing the parent class. Another important question covered here is, can the object created for the child class can be used for accessing the members of the two child classes? Or we can refine the statement, can two child classes access each other? No. Because object created for the child class is only to access the member functionalities of a parent class. Two child classes cannot interact each other. Each child class can access parent, public, and protected members. Okay, this is the syntax: class parent, parent members. This child 1 is inherited from the parent, child 2 is inherited from the parent, and child 3 is inherited from the parent. So the diagram can be given as 1, child 1, child 2, and child 3. Next, hierarchy inheritance example. Here we have a class animal and class extends animal, cat extends animal. Now, we have a dog. Dog is the class which is extended from animal. And this is the diagram. Animal, this is animal. And in further it has dog. For animal it has cat. Now, object to be created for the dog that can be used for accessing the object of animal. Object to be created for cat and that can be used for accessing animal. Now, all as per the rules, what we have is all the derived classes should have object created to access the base class. Another question arises, that is whether it is mandatory to create object for all the derived classes. The answer here can be said as no, because if a particular class wants to access the parent class, then object needs to be used. Cat can be given here, but if object is not created for cat, then this cat class cannot access the properties of animal class. Next, the dog and cat classes cannot access each other. Dog has bark function, cat has meow function. Dog cannot access meow function because both are derived classes. Dog can access the functionalities of animal and cat can only access the functionalities of animal. Now the execution starts from the main function. Dog D equal to new dog. Object is created for dog. D dot it is going to be taken, which is nothing but the object of the base class. So it is going to be accessed and executed as animal is eating. Next, D dot bark. It is object of dog class. It is executed and printed as dog is barking. Next, object is created for cat. Cat equal to new cat, which means that object is created for a derived class. Now, eat is an function. The eat function will be accessed by cat. C.mu, it is a function of a cat and that can be accessed. So the object for the class cat is created, and with the help of the cat, eat function can be accessed. Eat function is available in the parent class that can be accessed. C.mu, okay, it is a function of the cat that is accessed. This is the output of hierarchical inheritance. Now, another important entry point of question what we have is, what is the difference between object creation and inheritance creation? Because object also we are going to create, inheritance also we are going to create. Now, inheritance can be achieved using extends keyword. Here we have a keyword called extends keyword. Now, object creation can be achieved using new. And inheritance provides relationship between the classes. Only it provides the relationship between the classes. But allocates memory function is done in the object. See here. Here is extends is going to provide the dog extends animal. It is going to provide the relationship. But here object is going to be created, which is only allocating the memory is alone done here. And here class definition is going to be done. At that time itself we are providing what is the class, how it is extending, and what are the functionalities in its extending is done. Based upon the functionalities provided, our inheritance types varies, access limit varies. Here, when object is created, at the runtime, it executes the function or methods provided for the class it is created based upon the access limitation. What are those access limitations? Access limitations clearly what we have said. Only lowest derived class can access the parent class. No two child classes can access each other. These are the access limitations. Now, when you are going to provide these informations, inheritance is a mechanism in which you are going to get the properties of a base class. The same thing can be changed for interfaces as extends keyword will be changed with the help of implements. I think we have given an overview of your inheritance and helps in many entry process. Thank you.